Alright guys, what is going on? We're here with the Impact on Pop review. And we had a decent show actually, better than last week. Not really much to complain about. Hold on, let me move this mic. The ending I think should have happened in the beginning. I do like how it ended, but I feel like the Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards match should have been the main event. So it was still a good show. So we started off the show right with a match. I liked that. And it was Caleb Conley versus Eli Drake, the guy who can't get any wins lately. And he got a win. It was a good match. Eli Drake wins with his new finisher. Don't know what he's going to call it yet. But I do know that it was a solid match. And finally, if they're going to do something with Eli Drake, it needs to start with wins. And they got a win, so all I can say is thank you. So we go cut right to JB and Josh Mathews, and they're bickering back and forth. And they're getting to the point where JB's about to knock Josh Mathews out. And here comes Bruce Pritchard, brings them both in the ring and says, you know, later tonight, you will pick a team, and he'll pick a team. And next week, you'll have the teams go at it. I'm guessing whoever loses is not the commentator anymore. That's just what I'm guessing. That's what I'm hoping. So, yeah, I hope Josh Mathews loses, that's for damn sure. So we cut to our next match, and it is the gauntlet match for the Knockouts Championship. We started out with that blonde-headed chick versus Madison Rayne. She's a queen still, people. She's still the fucking queen. Josh Mathews is funny in this match when he's clapping when his wife comes out, which obviously Madison Rayne, and the other chick thought he was clapping for her. And he's like, no, I'm not clapping for you. Who are you? I'm clapping for my wife. I thought that was funny as fuck. That was good stuff. So, it was a decent match. And I gotta say, Brandy Rose looked good in this match. She eliminated two people, and then she got dumped over by Madison Rayne. And the ending is Madison Rayne and ODB. ODB gets the victory. She goes on to face Rosemary. I think that should be a good match, because ODB can still go. She's obviously the crowd favorite without Gail Kim being here. So that's a good thing that they got the crowd favorite to win. I think that's always a good thing, obviously. So they had James Storm come out, and James Storm basically is talking about how his son wanted to be just like him. So he straight up let the DCC come out, and I gotta say, Eddie Kingston was good on the mic. I enjoyed his mic work. I think him and Bram could be a solid tag team together. It all breaks down basically. And James Storm super kicks both, and he goes out, chugs a beer, you know, like he normally does, and which that was a pretty good segment. I would say. I think they finally should separate the DCC for good. Last week we kind of thought they were gone, but this week it's basically a done deal that the DCC is over. Thank God. You know, when they first came out, I thought that they would be a good team, and now not really. So yeah, I think Bram and Eddie could be a good, solid tag team on their own. I don't know. Let's see what happens from there. But I think James Storm should be the next world champion. You know, he brought up the fact that the highest rated episode of Impact ever was when he won the world title. I do remember that episode. It was nuts. So I want him to see him back in the world title picture. That's for damn sure. So our next match was the last man standing match. This is the match that I thought should go first, honestly, but it turned out to be one of the craziest matches I have ever seen. Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards straight up wanted to kill each other, and it showed, and it was pretty fucking crazy. Some of the stuff they did, so they started out fighting on the outside into the crowd, and Davey was trying to go for that superplex over the guardrail again, like over the fence on these top stands or whatever, and he basically puts a trash can under, so he would have suplexed him into a trash can, like the ones outside, like dumpster type thing. And, well, Eddie stops and pushes him down. He's gonna go for a crossbody off the, you know, the fence or whatever right there. And Davey moves, and he falls right on that freaking dumpster, bounces off and hits the floor. Oh, that looked painful. Later on, they threw, I swear, they threw every chair that they had under the ring into that match. And basically, Davey and Eddie take turns beating each other with the chair. Davey finally gets out of it, hits Eddie with the chair, and stacks them up. Well, I think Eddie actually stacks him up and puts him in the right right under the turnbuckles or whatever, and he goes to the top rope. I'm like, holy shit. So Angelina Love then grabs his legs, like, okay, yeah. Davey throws the chair at his face. Davey superplexes Eddie into the pile of chairs. Ouch, that has to fucking hurt. Which I thought was insane. Eddie gets up because Davey does not want the count to be over. I thought that was pretty crazy. So, hey, what the fuck? I don't even know. So Eddie fights back finally into it. Davey comes running at Eddie, right? Eddie grabs him belly to belly, straight force into that turnbuckle. The whole ring move. That's how hard that was. I was like, holy cow. That was impressive. Like, what the hell? Then Angelina Love brings in, later on in the match, Angelina Love brings in the freaking chain, trying to use it, and Eddie's wife finally gets in the ring, takes out Angelina Love, but then Angelina throws her into the guardrail. Davey wraps the chain around Eddie's, like, Davey wraps the chain around his own leg. He, like, Angelina Love's holding Eddie back, and when Eddie, tries to get out, I think he gets out the first time, then this is where my favorite part of the match happens. So, Davey gets put through the chair, like, the neck through the chair. You know, they normally just do it like a little twist of fate, and boom, cuts the neck off, whatever. Eddie gets on the top rope, craziest thing I've ever seen, double stomps the head into the chair with his head through the fucking chair. Best thing ever. Don't just straight kill him. Then finally, Angelina Love's holding Eddie, like I said before, which I got that mixed up. But they finally, and Davey shows remorse, like, should he do it? And then Angelina Love gets up, they just straight up make the fuck out after Davey touches her boobs. Like, I would beat the shit out of somebody too, just saying, for that shit. But he's like, okay, maybe I should do this, and then comes up, straight kick, the kick of death. I forgot what Josh calls it, but it's over after that. 10 count, last man standing match, won by Davey Richards. Man, did they put on one hell of a match. And I think it's Davey's year. It's his final year. I think he goes out there and wins the world title. After a match like that, I want to see him do some major rivalry besides Eddie Edwards. Like, I cannot wait. So the next match we have, well, actually we see the LAX celebrate with Conan and Homicide and all them, and they're at some big wrestling party. They're celebrating. You know, they're gonna take over. This takeover is gonna be televised. I can't wait. I want to see Homicide back in the exhibition. After what happened to DCC, if y'all guys haven't heard about it, I think he had like a ruptured colon. Had to have emergency surgery last night. It was on Twitter. It seems sad. Like I said, get well, DJZ. Oh my God! Just look it up. Pretty sure if you type "impacted" on Google, you'll find a news story about it. It's pretty sad from what I've seen. What I heard, and then the statement he released today. I don't know, guys. Go check it out. Holy crap! But I would like to see Homicide in the tag. I mean, in the X division. So then we go to a match with Alberto versus a Jobber. Beats the shit out of the Jobber with a double stomp off the Tree of Woe and gets the victory. He calls out Bobby Lashley for his rematch for the world title. That whole situation where he had to give him the title didn't really seem well to me, but I kind of understand it, and I kind of think it's still kind of dumb. But, man, I mean, if they can get another match out of it because their match was good, I think it's okay. We cut backstage, and it's KM and Sienna about to beat up, you know, Braxton and Allie again. And Carrot steps in and makes the match for next week, along with this 4-man match, the 8-man match next week as well. It's going to be Sienna and KM versus Braxton, Sutter, and Allie. Plus the main event we have set for next week as well is great. So they're both back in the ring. Josh cocky as hell. Josh is funny as fuck, a heel commentator now. I love it. So his first pick, Josh got pick number 1. His first pick was Bobby Lashley. No doubt about it. Smart pick. Bobby Lashley's a fucking beast. JB's first pick was the man that pinned Bobby Lashley, Alberto El Patron. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. They're finally making sense of this world title situation some, because for a couple weeks we didn't hear anything from Bobby Lashley, really. So now Bobby Lashley and Patron getting into this. That after this, you know, 4-man match, I can't keep getting it mixed up. 5 or 4 man, fucking 4 man. that could be something good. His next pick, Josh's next pick, was the Chesterfield Plague Baram. Okay. JB's next pick was our shocker. I saw Twitter Impact on Twitter say something about Chris Adonis. I was thinking it was Chris Masters, but when they confirmed it that it was Chris Masters, I was pretty hyped because that dude is great. Never got really the chance in WWE, but I think now him coming in to be with Alberto Del Rio on Team JB is pretty cool. So Josh's next pick is Eli Drake. Dummy. Yeah, that man's a beast. And Tyrus ends up just being the fourth member because he goes wherever Eli goes in. Josh is like, okay, get him, boys. Boom, and they just start attacking Alberto and Chris Masters. And here comes JB's third pick. The rumors were true. Here is Matt freaking Morgan. Got a big response from the crowd. And so they're all fighting, and it goes between a stare down between Bobby Lashley and Matt Morgan. Yes, please. Make that happen. But then they all jump him again after Matt Morgan clears the ring. And they go to a car, and it cuts out with some guy walking out to the ring. I'm like, that's gotta be Magnus. I know the rumors are Magnus is back. And they had Magnus on that IW World of Sport, the conference, and they had Impact's own Magnus. Like, they fucking ruined that right there. But it was cool to see him, because they had to have it cut away. The show ended, and on Twitter they did this after Impact, and here comes Magnus. They all clear the ring, and it's gonna be great. Next week I am excited for, between the mixed tag, and I think next week is when Fury is supposed to be unleashed with that new superstar. That's supposed to take out Sutter and Alley. That mixed tag plus the 8-man tag between Josh and JB, that should be good as well. So all in all, I gotta say this week's show flew by. We had great matches, and if I missed anything, please let me know down in the comments below. There was an X Division match, so I did miss something. Wow, there was an X Division match. Andrew Everett won. Crowd wasn't really into it, that's why I forgot it. And it was just kind of like a dud because the match was good, but the crowd just did not give a fuck. So I cleared that up. The show was good. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and comment. I am out. Thank you so much for watching.